What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at the all-new 2026 Toyota CHR. This one is an XSE all-wheel drive finished in cement with a $44,000 MSRP. Big shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this new crossover for today's video. Check out their website linked below and let's get right into the completely redesigned CHR. Now what used to be a sub 150 horsepower economy crossover is now a very peppy, modern, nicely equipped crossover. The all-new 2026 Toyota CHR is going to be packing 338 horsepower and 323 pound-feet of torque. With all-wheel drive, you're going to get around 273 miles for the max range. 0 to 60 is 4.9 seconds, and then curb weight is closing in on 4,400 pounds. The overall length is 177.8 inches with wheelbase at 108.3. Width is 73.6, height is 63.8, and then ground clearance is 8.2 inches. And then moving on to the styling, I like how you can still see some of the character from the old CHR into the new one, kind of that bubbly shaped, smaller crossover. However, with this new one, it is a lot more sharp and bold all around. You're gonna see this nice daytime running light up above. Actual headlight beam is sitting down below here with some gloss black trim. You also have forward-facing parking sensors, a forward-facing camera, got the blacked out Toyota badge, and a very squared off angled style throughout the front end. You're gonna get a little bit of plastic trim down below with openings to provide cooling, and it really comes together very well. I like that hammerhead shape that we're seeing in a lot of the new Toyotas. It has just a really nice style all throughout it. If we take a look at the hood, you have some sharp body lines as well, cutting into the windshield. It just looks super stylish. I like these 20-inch wheels. Got this really nice multi-spoke look with a dual tone color. More of the plastic trim throughout the side with one prominent sharp body line cutting towards those rear doors. Front doors are gonna have body color on the door handles. We also have a metallic black for these mirror caps. We have the integrated turn signal, camera as well, and then some black trim throughout the windows. We get a panoramic sunroof up above, the black shark fin antenna, a nice set of black roof rails. And then for this side profile, it still has that short and stubby appearance, but again, you just have razor sharp styling all throughout it. The rear windows cut down towards this back section where we have an integrated door handle, and then that leads towards these massive LED taillights. I love how steeply raked the rear glass is, and then how squared off the back end is. For the taillights, you got a nice style with the LEDs, you got the connecting bar as well, integrated spoiler, blacked out Toyota badge, all of your logos, and then a nice black diffuser with some silver trim. You're gonna get your rear parking sensors as well, and then some sharp body lines finishing up the rear end. I think they really did a great job making this just look cool and futuristic, but it's not too funky. It's a really cool looking crossover. Got the basic Toyota key fob as you would expect. Going ahead and locking it, you can just grab the handle and unlock it, and we can take a look at this very cool looking black interior. You're gonna see soft touch as well as the suede style materials. We have all this soft touch up above on the door panel, memory seating, all of your controls, release handle, and then a nice suede style for all of this. You got this nice padded design to it, grab handle, storage down below, and then power controls for the seat as well. You're gonna see this smooth synthetic leather on the sides, and then more of the suede style material throughout the entire inserts. Got some nice striping to it as well. And then spinning around, we have a 3-spoke steering wheel, finished off in the black leather. And then now inside the 2026 Toyota CHR, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. You have your dual screens that'll come on. We also have the power seat controls that'll automatically get back into place. You're gonna see a brushed aluminum Toyota logo. Controls on the left side for the screen, audio, voice commands. Then we have all the cruise control settings over on the right. You're gonna see the paddle shifters as well for some functions within the drivetrain. And then we have the windshield wipers on the right side, headlights and turn signals over on the left. Now for the gauge cluster, it's sitting very far away, giving you an interesting look at it. As you can tell, we can see your speed on there, your gear, some safety info. And then on this left side, you can scroll through some other info. We have our adaptive cruise control, audio information, some trip information as well, and then messages within the car. So it's nice and simple, and when you get your steering wheel adjusted properly, it doesn't really block the view. So a little interesting to get used to, but not too bad. We're gonna see automatic high beams, trunk release as well. We have the odometer, trip, and we also have interior lighting. You can adjust your air vent here, and then we have this really cool textured soft touch throughout the dashboard. And you can see that pick up after the screen. Has a nice style to it as well, just a really cool layered look. You have some silver trim, one more air vent, and then all this soft touch material all throughout it. Now for the center screen, once you set it all up, you're going to have your full screen navigation. Of course, audio will pop up once connected. Same with Bluetooth. Under vehicle, you're going to get a couple different bits of information. All of your safety settings you're able to make adjustments to. You have trip information, more information scrolling down. All-wheel drive, we can take a look at how that's going, tire pressure, and then vehicle alerts. If I go ahead and put this into reverse, you have a really good 360 camera view. You have your guidelines as well. You can adjust the view itself. And we have our P button to go back into park. For climate control, what you're going to be used to seeing on a lot of Lexus vehicles, so very nicely integrated screen on plenty of other Lexus cars. And then we have our heated seat icon right here. You can make all those adjustments. Heated steering wheel, zones. You have your fan speed, AC. You can also tap this and make some adjustments into climate. Closing out of here, we have this icon as well, where you can go into a couple other settings. So overall, it's actually a pretty simple setup, dual zone. We have the volume, we have the front defrost, heated glass, and more air vents throughout the center. You're gonna see two wireless phone charging pads right in the center, shortcut to camera. So if we go ahead and toggle this, it's gonna pop up with a nice looking 360 view. You can also change that as well. Got the park and brake hold, different drive modes, as well as a snow mode. So if we toggle this, the eco icon, you can see that just popping up, and then snow as well. You're going to see hidden storage all underneath with a USB plug, and then we have cup holders in the center, nice soft touch padded area, and then we can open that up as well. Got a lot of hidden storage, and it opens up both ways. You're also not going to see a glove box over here, so just smooth underneath the dash. Now let's look at the interior. Once again, I love the suede style on the door panel, same for the seating surfaces, and then for the headliner, we have that massive panoramic sunroof. You got the sunshade. All of your controls are located right here. We have all your dome lights as well, garage door buttons underneath the mirror, and then an extension along with the sun visor. Moving on to the back seat space, I can just grab the handle and open it up. Rear door panel is finished off very similar to the front. You're gonna get this nice padded suede style fabric, and then a little bit harder plastics up above. For the seating surfaces, same thing, synthetic leather, and then all that suede style throughout the inserts. This can seat 3 people. We have that same cool design to it. And then for the middle seat, we can pull that out. We have a phone slot, storage for your cup holders, as well as an armrest. And then in the center, we get heated seats, USB plugs, air vents, and then there's gonna be storage behind each of these seats. You also have a release handle up above. We can pull that, get the seats to fold down, and give you space into the back. So hopping into the back seat with the all-new Toyota CHR. Now we actually had a Subaru Uncharted for a week as a press car, which is the same vehicle underneath. Surprisingly, for being a small compact crossover, this is actually pretty roomy. I'm 5'11", I have some headroom. Driver's seat at my height, my knees do fit. Seats are a little on the short side, but I could fit the car seat in here, and for 3 of us, we could actually go cruising around town pretty well. Seat itself, I have it reclined. It's actually pretty comfortable. My head does just barely touch the ceiling when I completely lean back, but this is actually genuinely nice for a small car with the amenities, with the space. You have small windows, so it does feel a little kind of cramped, but for being such a small car, it's actually very roomy and pretty useful. Moving on to the cargo space now, we're gonna get a button right here we can press, and we have our power tailgate. So with the seats up, we have about 25 cubic feet of cargo volume. So it's actually pretty spacious, again, for being a small car. Got the JBL sub sitting back here, and then even underneath the floor, we have hidden cargo space. You're gonna have a power outlet over on this far right side, and then with the privacy cover, we can just pull these straps off, and then we can easily pop this off. So getting this down, you can get a better look at the space with the seats folded down. There's kind of a bump in the middle. It almost seems like the floor goes down and then the seats go up. So kind of interesting. However, we are able to easily adjust these. So you can see the 2 different reclines as well, and then folding them flat if the driver's seat was out of the way. We're gonna get about 60 cubic feet of cargo volume with everything folded down. So again, for being a small car, it's actually pretty useful. We have our button right up here, and then we can very easily close everything down. All right, so let's go ahead and set off in the all-new 2026 Toyota CHR. So first thing you're gonna notice about this, especially compared to the old one, there is nothing the same. This car has some serious get up and go. I mean, it takes off like a rocket with the all-wheel drive system, well over 300 horsepower. I think the old one was like 144 horsepower from a little 4-cylinder. This is just a whole different league of acceleration. Now we've had the Subaru Uncharted, I just had a Lexus RZ, all kind of the same platform. They are really nice cars, honestly. And especially the Toyota one, the most cost-effective way to go. Obviously this one is fully loaded with the XSE, but it drives really good. It's got the power for sure. And when you're sitting in here, the steering wheel is nice and small, and the gauge cluster, you get used to it. Like I said, this whole bottom section is actually nothing there. It's kind of designed to have the curve of the wheel go through that screen. So you can see your speed, your range, your power delivery, and your whole cruise control setup, as well as the temperature and time. So literally everything you see, you don't have any obstructions. Now, visibility is good. All these glass windows are huge in the front. Over your right shoulder, the C-pillar is a little on the large side. However, of course, with the full 360 camera view, it does make this even easier to maneuver. So there's really no problems I think you're gonna have using this, around town, day-to-day driving, highway cruising. Cameras work fantastic. And then over your left shoulder, same thing, it's really roomy. Turning circle is really good. And then once again, that acceleration is just seamless and absolutely effortless. Again, whole different world from the old CHR. The steering also has some good weight to it. It feels nice to drive. These seats are really comfortable, and there's plenty of adjustments to get it low or high and really just kind of get it into a perfect position. At 5'11", I am sitting here really nice and comfortable. Armrests are great. It's all easy to use, the climate control. The tech on this older setup now these days, it's kind of basic. Really, you're just gonna have your CarPlay on it and use the climate. Hopefully they do update all the Toyotas with the newest information that we've seen on the new RAV4, which has a really cool integrated screen. But even with this, at this point being the older style, it looks really good. You kind of have everything you're gonna need. And then getting back up and going, it's super quiet in here, especially on a comfortable road. I mean, you just don't hear anything. This is such a smooth driving vehicle. The drivetrain is just beautiful. It's so comfortable and smooth to drive this car. So moving on to my honest thoughts with the all-new CHR. So like I said, the old CHR was kind of just a cheap economy car, a small crossover, been around for a couple of years in its lifespan. Nothing really all too special. I'm sure these days on the used market, it's a really good, affordable, economical choice. However, again, nothing all too special about the way it drives. It's just a basic car. The new CHR, totally different world with over 330 horsepower. This car's acceleration is what is fantastic. The old one is slow, let's just face it. This car, 0 to 60 time doesn't seem that crazy fast, but around town, merging onto high-speed traffic on the highway, you have zero complaints. It is instant. It literally feels like a little rocket for a vehicle that doesn't break the bank. So the fact that the new CHR is so peppy, so good in acceleration, especially with all-wheel drive, it gives you the traction that the front-wheel drive one may not truly have. It makes this just a nice car to drive. And like I said about this, the Lexus, the Subaru, all kind of sharing this whole new platform. There's the Solterra, the Uncharted, the RZ. There's a lot of vehicles now on this platform, the Toyota BZ even. And because they're all sharing the same platform, you're kind of gonna get the best on everything. It almost seems like they took the Lexus and made that the base and then just maybe tone down some of the extra bells and whistles to give you then the Subarus or the Toyota versions. And you're still gonna get the nice things like the soft touches, this cool interior, the insane acceleration, the good range. So you got the bones in all of the vehicles to make them a really nice vehicle. But the Toyota one, again, not really breaking the bank. Now this one, 44 grand isn't exactly the cheapest thing, but that is cheaper than the average price of a new car in today's market. And you can get a cheaper one, of course, and possibly maybe even some discounts on these here and there. So it's a pretty economical choice, I would say, as far as at least a nice car that has this kind of acceleration due to its drivetrain configuration. But I've been enjoying checking out what the CHR has to offer. We checked one out first at Toyota headquarters, I believe last year, and it was neat to see where they went from the old CHR to the new one. And when you drive it, I think the biggest thing you're going to notice is the fact that it feels solid. It feels like a high quality vehicle. It's quiet. You don't hear wind noise. You don't really hear road noise. You hear a little bit of the bumps on a bad road, but once you're on anything decently smooth, I mean, you're in a nice car. It drives good too. With the heavier steering, it feels like you're in command of the vehicle. A lot of cheap crossovers like the old CHR, it's just the vehicle to get you places. There's no nothing really special about them, the way they handle, the way they drive. It's just a commuter car. This car is above and beyond any of that, especially with really good acceleration, flat in the corners, smooth suspension. It's quiet, the steering, the modern tech. I think it's a home run for what this car is supposed to be. And the fact that you have 3 brands to choose from with this platform, you know, it's kind of a nice batch of vehicles to really get one that's going to fit your taste. Even the BZ Woodlands is more of a wagon for off-road style. I mean, you kind of got it all for this platform. But as far as the CHR goes, no compromises for a small, compact crossover. I think a lot of people would see value to picking up this vehicle for their daily, their commuter car, things like that. But that is about it for the all-new 2026 Toyota CHR XSE all-wheel drive. So basically top trim level, cool vehicle for sure. Definitely worth checking out if you're into a vehicle like this. That is it then. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content, and then a big shout out once again to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this new car for today's video. Check out their website link below, and I'll see you all in the next video.